Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nato and Samantha Perry with you on a huge Saturday. I feel like this is really the first Saturday where the championship meet's going to really flex some muscles. It's essentially Pegasus World Cup preview day. The weather has finally cooperated. A little chilly today, but the weather has finally cooperated. There's no rain. You see, we are off the turf in races 2 and 4, but that's just more to make sure we're ready to roll here for the graded stakes galore we have today. Main track and turf will both start out as good, and I would think sooner than later will be fast main track today.
Yeah, it was pretty.
You were out there this morning,
at
right?
5:15. Yes, it was. It was all right. Just maybe a little bit hard underneath, but I would presume that pretty quickly it's going to be fast.
Huge day in the mandatory Rainbow Six as well. You texted me as I was heading home yesterday. There were a couple singles, no dice there. The favorite delivered. So we will have a mandatory payout in race number 6. I would assume that gross jackpot guarantee would have been in the $200,000 range today. So, I always bet the over, but $1 million is a statement of fact.
Yeah.
Maybe $2 million, all eyes here on Gulfstream Park today. A slew of stakes races, a lot to look forward to. The Tropical Turf Pick 3 is intact. You've got a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Kicking off in race 7 today, but this early pick 5 pool will be massive as well. They've been putting over $750,000 on Saturdays. I don't really expect today to be any different. This is the first real serious maiden special weight we're going to run at the meet. I think that's for sure. Let's get to my ticket real quick. It's a $60 ticket. There are a couple turf races off in this sequence. Race 2 now, so I put the 1 Rapscallion on top in race 2. In race 3, I have the 5 Variable Cost on top. In race 4, that is the other off-the-turfer. I have Marksman Queen now on top for Graham Motion in race number 5. There is the single. I don't feel like it does anybody any favors using both Mary Quite Contrary and Nostalgic, and I'll take the latter's Tactical Speed over the former's Stretch Run in the Rampart as Mary looks to defend that title. There's a $60 ticket for me. Samantha, a lot to talk about in this opener. These are the 2-year-olds going 7 furlongs on a good main track. Leonel Reyes will ride the 7 Daneland. Todd Pletcher has a couple first-time starters. We both land on what I feel, and you do too probably, is the more likely of the 2 winners, Born Noble.
Yeah, let's pull up his workout. This was Christmas Eve. Eve,
Okay.
Christmas Eve. Irad Ortiz was aboard for this work. This was from the gate at Palm Beach Downs. It's a good work, too. Now, the horse really didn't break that well, which that was a bit concerning. He popped out kind of upwards. This horse has a very, very long stride. He reaches out nicely. He's on the inside here. Now, I don't think his workmate is really much, but Irad Ortiz just sits and cruises on him the whole time here, and I think the 7 furlongs might be a minor problem. It's hard to debut 7 furlongs.
It is. He drew perfectly at least.
That's the good thing there.
Yeah, and Todd's got the 1. We'll talk about him in a second. But this looks like Born Noble at St. Elias, Vinny Viola, West Point. They're going to send it in there. It's very early in the betting. He's sitting up there at 6-5. That's a good sign as well. But I'll tell you what, coming down from New York now, Mark Hennig looks like he's got a runner. Bonus move. They bet this horse on debut. They paid $240 for a Twirling Candy, and he ran.
Yeah, he really did. And he worked 10 flat at that Vasek Tipton Maysail, and he galloped out really well, too. You think that he's just going to improve off of that.
What'd you see from Princetown? The unraced dam is a Hasta Ghost Hunter we know down here, earned almost 900.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. There was nothing on this horse, so this is one that I think you should include, because it's Bill Mott, but yeah, I couldn't tell you from anything experience-wise.
Todd's got the 1. This looking at Lucky. They paid $700,000 for. Mike Rapoli did earlier this year. We'll see what he looks like behind us, I guess.
Yeah, well, we can show the work. I can tell you that it's not much. We'll just show a little bit of it. He looks like a turf horse to me. He's on the inside. The rider's getting after him the whole entire time. He does have... He's not the prettiest mover. This is an interesting $700,000 purchase, in my opinion here. He worked 10 flat at that sale. He does have a long walk, but again, he's not in the bit. He's not really engaged here. He's just way, way outworked. I would See, the 8, the 6, and the 3 are your horses here, people.
Yeah, I would totally agree, and could just be 8-6 to be honest. We'll go to race number 2 now. Off the turf at $170 on the Tapeta, and this maiden claimer for the 2-year-olds. Key scratch of the 4 Parakeet and the 9 Mission Mike. Leonel's going to pick up another one and ride the 2 in here. It's a run back. I'll tweet the early pick 4. We won't show that here. I scratch into the 1. You've got the 5 Old Flag. Did you always have this one on top?
Nope, I scratch into the
Yeah, and I think he moves up in here.
Yeah, being on the Tapeta for sure does. And we've got Oisin Murphy riding here. Talked to him yesterday. Yep, he's ridden a couple horses here, but maybe he'll get the winning right to kick things off.
This horse, he's the last horse I used in my pick 5, the Impossible Stat. Jose D'Angelo's 0 for 44 first turf. Well, that's out the window now that we get on Tapeta, and he claimed this horse from Wesley Ward on debut. I had the 1 Rapscallion, always did on top. I think, Dave Fox, boy, Dave's having a really, really good championship meet. That's good to see.
Yeah.
He got the Tapeta 2-turn race out of the way last time.
That helped, and it was not the easiest trip either.
I agree. Race number 3, we are a mile and a 16th on the Tapeta, 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2. The tag is $8,000. We do scratch the 4, the long shot, Law of the Jungle. We just got the old Exacta reverse. I got to be honest, I didn't know what to make of I Am the Game. If he runs the race in April, there's no chance he loses.
Right.
Question is, can he?
Yeah, that's the big question mark here, but now he's gelded.
Yeah, you like that.
Yeah,
he is announced gelding today. Bobby DeBona does a good job, and Bobby runs horses where they belong. So, he's 9-5 on the line. I would not want to see this horse at 4-1 or anything like that because, the logical alternative is variable cost to 5. Oisin Murphy on this one as well. Jack Sisterson puts the blinkers on and going to cut him in half, 16-8.
That's a good move there as well. And drawn to the outside of the 3, which might help. Yeah.
And he's got a recency edge, too. And I think that could be important because we're just not necessarily sure what we're going to get from the tree. We're speeding along here a little bit because we've got so many stakes to get into. Race number 4 is the other race off the turf today. You can see it on the screen there. That's the last one. And then we'll revert over to a good turf course the rest of the way here at Gulfstream Park. So we stretch them out to a mile 70 now that they're off. It's an optional claimer for the fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. A surprising scratch, I thought, of the 1 Don't Get Pickled because she likes the Tapeta. Delahaye, the heavy favorite for Chad Brown, is going to be out. 4 Apropos is out as well. And Marksman Queen moves up for me. Did you always have her on top?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I think she gets a huge benefit on the Tapeta now,
I think
right?
so, too. Yeah, but actually I did scratch into her. She was second for me. But, yeah, you look at the Kimpton and the Southwell races across the pond. There was a win the mile on the all-weather surface there. What I really like is they better at Ascot,
too. 29-horse field at Ascot. She was 8-1. I mean, that's piles of money.
Yeah,
Lasix goes on. You got the stat for Graham to talk about?
It was on the grass.
It was on the grass. Okay, the stat's out, but Graham's, Pretty darn good putting Lasix on. The Ascot race, I think we can draw a line through 29 horses. She split the field. It's not like I know she was 14.
Right.
But now you said it with the all-weather races at Kempton and Southwell. I think she's a big move up here. You've got the 7, Oligata. Chad left her in. He scratched out Delahaye, who looks like a real prospect for Bill Lawrence and 3 Chimneys, and he's going to leave Oligata in, and she has not run on an all-weather surface, so that's a positive sign.
Yeah, and usually Chad Brown will not leave in a horse for the all-weather, so I find this interesting.
Yeah, I think it's she's got plenty of talent. She was headed out at Keeneland last time in a turf race. Yeah. Kitten's Joy, Fusaichi Pegasus on the bottom. I've got the 6, a little Olympic Prank, 1 step up above you. It's Safi, February layoff, but she did win on the Tapeta.
Yep, and it was a good commanding win at that.
Absolutely. Here's the first of the stakes now. It's the Rampart in race number 5, $125,000 on the line for the fillies and mares. We stretch to a flat 1-turn mile. We've got the defending champion in here, Mary Quite Contrary. We love rooting for her down here. She owns this place, 8 for 8 in the Exacta with 6 wins, but we're both going to try to beat her today. You're going to try with unifying for Riley Mott. Boy, Riley's been live down here.
He has. What really stood out to me about this filly, though, is They got the tune-up work on the surface here. Riley Mott's got his horses stabled at Palm Meadows. I love when a horse has a track here on the local surface here at Gulfstream. It's just different surfaces a little bit, and it makes a big difference. She seems, I like the work pattern coming in here as well, because the fact that they're letting her work along a little bit. You want to see her fit. She's got to be. She's going to have to improve a ton on her buyers, but I don't think she's run yet. Maybe we just haven't seen it yet.
You know what? The only thing that worried me, you said she's going to have to improve a ton. I agree with. She's really going to have to improve a ton on dry land. Now, she gets a little moisture out there. The big figure stakes win at Ellis was in the slop, and we're not going to have that today. And she meets a couple of tough gals in here. I wanted to make Nostalgic favored in here. I think she is the horse to beat. I think she should be favored, but they always bet Mary. She's the house horse, so that's why she's 8-5. I just feel like today, Nostalgic, especially with her post and her tactical speed, she gets all the best of it today.
Yeah, she does, but gosh, how many times do you use her, and it's just, you never really know. But maybe in this field, maybe I'm beating her up too much. I think that could be a big possibility. The draw is good. She's great at stakes play. She's a really talented filly, but gosh, I never ever trust her.
No, she kind of shuts up more than she puts up.
Exactly.
I have to say that. And this is her. If she wants to be the horse, I'm certainly Bill Ma and Godolphin want her to be. She's got to win this race today. You know, if they want to kickstart a campaign where she's a top older filly and mare, she's got to win this race today. Now, Mary Quay Contreras, we love her around here. She's now with Eddie Plesa Jr. She's been freshened up a little bit. We were, I don't know if surprised is the right word, but we were happy how good she ran. In the Princess Rooney, because we were definitely against her that day.
Yeah, and what I like now is Eddie Please's had her in the barn for a little bit. I've just been chatting with the assistant the past couple mornings. They're really excited for her. I think that they've done a couple things to kind of turn her in an upward swing. And she's fast. She's fast in a sense of she runs fast numbers on the sheets. And if she shows up, she'll be gone, but this isn't the same field she faced last year.
Right. This is a decent group in here, and she's spotting a couple horses. Your horse is going to have more speed than Mary, too, so we'll see, but she's going to fire late in the lane. I talked to Luca last week, and he was very confident.
Oh, yeah, very confident.
So take a quick break here, 5 down, and when we come back, it's Rainbow 6 time. That gross jackpot is going to pay out today. It'll be a massive, massive pool. We'll have tickets for you when we come back.
Pegasus World Cup. They're off in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. And they're off in the Curlin Florida Derby. White Aborio almost home.
And Nyquist is still unbeaten. Orb and John Velasquez have won the Florida Derby.
Barbaro wins.
And there you have it. Northern Dancer will be the winner of the Florida Derby.
It's tradition. Every year, the stars gather for a spectacle. Stars of the racing world collide to cement their legacy in their quest for greatness. Bear witness as we raise the stakes and shatter the status quo. Watch as the brightest stars in fashion take the stage, and we forge unforgettable memories. Be part of this storied heritage. Revel in performances from the superstars of entertainment, and the unexpected awaits you at every turn. Join us in this unrivaling celebration, where champions ascend and legends are created. This is the Pegasus World Cup, where stars align.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you on a big Saturday here at Gulfstream Park, essentially Pegasus World Cup preview day. A lot of these stakes are going to funnel horses into the big day on January 27th, and we've got a mandatory payout in the Rainbow Six here in race number 6. We've both got a couple of tickets. Should be a massive pool, $1 to $2 million. Certainly up for grabs. We'll take a look at your ticket first. I haven't seen this ticket, so I'm interested in seeing what you did here.
I'm interested to see how much it cost as well.
Oh, there you go.
A big one
I like
for
it.
me. Yep, this is tricky. This opener is a tricky race. Race 7, I just went too deep, but the 4 Cruisin' Man is who I have on top. Race 8, I do have the 6 on top. That is Accomplished Girl. Excited to see her today. Race 9, I feel it is wide open. You can see I have not a clue. I do have the 8 on top. That's my long shot, me and Mr. C. Race 10, the 9 I do have on top. That's Gasoline in the Harlan's Holiday. And in the finale, as I'm sure my partner is probably doing, the 9 is my anchor, Running B. Good to see him back in action. $144. It's a big one, but I think this is a good one.
I started at $240,
okay,
and I whittled down because that's too much. I think we got 96 at play here. Take a look at my ticket now. Very, very similar to what you have going on as well. Race number 7, I'm on the 6, Richie, although Cruisin' Man is certainly going to be tough in there. Race number 8, I wanted Accomplished Girl is the 3rd horse of mine, and I'll play this ticket and I will use her. I didn't have as much confidence, especially on this good turf course. That's what worries me a little bit.
Yep.
With her, everybody you got, Saratoga Flash is my top pick in race 9. Race number 10, New York Traffic. I'm going to take a deep breath and hope he can last about 1 minute and 41 seconds. And then in race number 11, there you go. That's Single City right there with Running B, although I will readily admit I wish it was a much firmer turf course.
Yep.
For him, but I just don't see them catching that horse. An exciting prospect for Chad Brown. There we go for 96. Let's get into it. It's not easy, even though we will have a strong favorite because they just always bet Gooch Go Bra. I know Gooch Go Bra always finds trouble, and let's show you some of it last time.
Yeah, this was an interesting race here because a lot of stuff went on, and
right,
a lot of these are all coming back in this spot again. Let's see if they can stay out of each other's way here. Gooch Go Bra is behind next to the 6 horse. He's going to check here. Ooh, not good at all. Like to a jog almost. Just kind of keeps on going. I think a big fade will be Ready, Seek, Go here, as you could see from that replay. Gooch Go Bra, I get it. You're never really one to put him on top, but that was a lot of trouble last time. He's drawn well, but this is a wide open race.
Yeah, and he was on August 19th. That was a mandatory day when he had a world of trouble in that race and didn't fire. We could have showed you the whole race. He had more trouble on the backstretch, too.
Mm-hmm.
We're off the claim for Jorge Delgado. He's going to get bet hard. He always finds trouble. I'm next door with Artemis Bridge. I know he hasn't run. He's run, one time on Artepeda. It was against way better. Saratoga Flash beat him.
Right.
That's my pick later on. We got Paco. We got Steve Caceres. White hot.
Yeah. The biggest concern for this guy is the lack of speed.
I agree with that. But Paco might get him in the race a little bit earlier on.
That's a good point, yeah.
Don't sleep on Chapaloo, the 3. Steve Badu off the claim. Quietly does a very, very good job. He's freshened this horse up. He's got him training, looks exceptional. Burning Man is the 12. I didn't use him. And I used the 3. That's the horse that we don't match on.
Yeah, Burning Man ran well last time. And I like the rider change here.
Right.
I think Edgar's Eyes will put him in a good spot.
Good, bad, good, bad.
Good.
Says bad today.
Yeah.
It was racist.
Average, bad.
Average,
good.
bad? Okay.
Maybe it's great today.
We'll go with that. Well, all right. You're more optimistic than I am. Race 7 kicks off the late pick 5. We're on the turf here now. A good turf course and a good race. This optional claimer for 3-year-olds and up. Samantha's got that ticket. We scratch out the 5. Al at Lassie. We'll take a look at it now.
Well, let's look at the tropical turf pick 3.
Oh, that's right. We got that one first. Yep.
Yeah, let's do that because I think this is a good spot here. Just $36 for me. I am spreading in this race here. I used a couple more in this spot than I did in my late pick 5 and my rainbow, and that's the big thing here. But $36 to play. This could pay big. This is a tricky race to kick it off. And I can tweet my late pick 5. Yeah, I'll tweet out the late pick 5.
I'm a little surprised you're spreading because you really liked Cruisin' Man last time. We'll show the replay. And my goodness, he ran like the best non-winning race of the meet so far.
Yeah, he did. Wow, this horse gutted it out, and I'm not going to get anywhere. I picked him last time, and I was so loving 4-1. Not going to happen here. He runs his eyeballs out, and the rails today are at 73 feet. This is going to play well for him. Speed is a lot better when the rails are out like this. We've never seen this setting, so this is new for us. We've never seen this new turf course.
Right.
Good. So
it's a good point that she brings up. All 3 turf races, the rails are out at 73 feet. So good new fresh lanes out there that he's going to hum over. They're going to have to catch him. They're going to have to beat him. I just like Richie being outside of him. He's not fast enough to run with Cruisin' Man.
Right.
But he is fast enough to keep him in his sights, and he fires fresh, too.
He does, and the race here, 3 races back, was okay. The Saratoga race was weird. Nobody bet him that day.
Right.
I certainly didn't have him that day, and he ran all right.
Wow, that was a good race, though. Sousa Summer and Super Quest.
Yeah,
Super Quest is stakes winner now for
Yep,
Mark Cassidy.
that's a good point. They came back to win with 90-plus buyers as well, both of those.
Right. The 3, you got him in second. I have him in third. If it collapses, he's the one to fear late. He had trouble in that Cruisin' Man race, but it's going to be tough to run horses down today.
That's the thing. It's going to be tough. Yep.
Late pick 4 kicks off in the Grade 3 Suwannee River, $150,000 on the line. Fillies and mares 3 and up. 2 big scratches in here. The 1, Saffron Moon. The 7, Willikaya, who was my long shot today. I think you liked her a little bit too. But our old friend here, well, she's not old. She's soon to be 4, but accomplished girl. You will not have to look hard to find her. She will be in front.
Yep, and Safi had cross-entered her into the 5 furlong filly stake. Yes, tomorrow.
I think it's interesting. She's here.
Yep, she's here. But here's the thing: the race tomorrow is very, very competitive.
Yeah.
I think the Abadanja's more competitive than the Janice, to be honest.
Right.
And
oh yeah,
this is a filly. She's got so much speed. Nobody's going to beat her from the gate. She flies. You make the good point about the good turf course here. Wonder how quickly she can get over that.
Right.
But nobody's going to beat her from the gate. And they've taught her to come off the bridle. And she doesn't need to be just blitzing, 21, 44. She can, if nobody's pressing her, she'll spit it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a question of if she's going to see this out or not. 2 turns. She's by Street Boss out of a Twirling Candy Mare. Pedigree-wise, it's certainly in there.
But Safi's told us many times he's wanted to stretch her out.
He's wanted to try it.
This is an ambitious spot to try.
I didn't even realize this. She worked 56-4 on the Tapeta on December 10th. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, she is so fast. If you were looking at her page and you saw 103.58, I would say something's up with her. She's
freakishly fast.
Very. She's like a deer. That's what I always
compare
her to.
Yeah, you always say that, actually. Yeah. Now, the other thing, too, and you'll be able to watch her, keep an eye on her, too, because she can have some problems.
Yeah, but she had a turning point because the Kentucky Downs race 2 starts back. They held it up. It was too hot. They saddled her, had to unsaddle her. She's the worst horse ever to get caught in that situation. It was like a 45-minute ordeal, and since that, she's matured, I think, a lot. That was a learning experience for her.
I put Fast as Flight ahead of Full Count Felicia. I might have gotten this line wrong. They're going to bet Full Count Felicia. I get it. But, boy, they've been sending it in on the Brian Lynch horses. They bet this horse a lot. These are clearly the 2 horses to beat with the scratches now. But both of them are Full Count Felicia's got some speed. She might be able to at least track Accomplished Girl.
Track, yes, definitely.
Yeah, Brian, you talked to Brian. We'll air that later. He got the tightener out of the way with Fastest Flight
and
on the Tapeta.
he's happy with the way she worked coming into this. So this is a live barn today.
So about 4 weeks ago, I told you that we ran the best Tapeta race we've ever run, and now race 9 has trumped that because the St. Augustine is better than the one last time. A lot of the main contenders out of that race are back, including the winner, Skyro, but we're both going in a different direction. This is your long shot, me and Mr. C. I know some people that like this horse might get bet today.
Really?
He was not good last time.
No, he wasn't, but that was off the Kentucky Downs hiatus. I loved the way he worked coming into that last race. He didn't show up, but I'm willing to excuse that bad last race, and I'm willing to excuse any bad effort at Kentucky Downs.
No, I get that. Okay, but I feel like he's a little dressed up. I hope you get the 8-1, but maybe you're not. I mean, his races here, he has run well on the Tapeta. They're against state breds.
That's fair, but if he doesn't show it today, I'll stop playing him.
Right.
But yeah, this is a tough spot.
IRAD's going to jump aboard now too. That's going to hurt your price. The 10, Sky's Not Falling is out of here. I'm on the 2, Saratoga Flash. He's 1 for 1 on the Tapeta here. That win last February will not cut it, but I think he's a better horse now. Okay, you got your Kentucky Downs thing going on. I get that. My goodness, did he freak at Kentucky Downs last time?
Yeah, he did, and that was a good horse for Jimmy Toner that he beat, Siege of Boston. This is I didn't put this horse in my huge spread.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fly the W. I hope he wins. He's an awesome horse. Bobby DeBona has done a phenomenal job with him. Yeah. He's 11 for 22 on the Tapeta. He's got 7 wins this year. Not one of them are against a group like this.
Nope, this is going to be tough. Very, very tough for him.
Yeah.
Wow, you just did the whole fade. Woo.
Yeah, I got him. I like him. He wants to win. Boy, he was never winning the last race ever.
But yeah, and we talked about it. That's just him. He never looks. He does the least amount of effort. Now the rail is going to be a problem for him today.
Yeah, that's not going to cut it today. He's going to really have to step up his game. No Skyro for you, boy. I got to be honest. Skyro, I didn't like him last time. He won that race on the square because Volcanic, who's back in here, we see him every day schooling in the paddock, he flew that race, and Skyro was not far off of him.
Yeah, well, we could just show the stretch run of that race because it was a solid effort by Skyro.
It was.
Really, really. It was hard to make up ground this day. Nobody was making up any ground. Me and Mr. C's back there somewhere. County final ran well. Skyro just took off again, and Volcanic is always running his race. He's like always there, but not quite there.
Yeah, he was my best bet that race. I thought he was not good at all. Here's the thing. If you want to nitpick a little bit, boy, we like Armstrong, and he was 4 for 4 on the Tapeta. He was a 3-year-old. That was his first start against older horses. So just maybe that the Skyro could be a little dressed up, and it's like it's tough to come right back on the Tapeta and fire. I'm sure that's what you're doing here.
Yeah.
Harlan's Holiday. Race number 10 kicks off the late double. It's the prep for the Pegasus World Cup. It is loaded. Let's just we'll bring up O'Connor in a second. Gasoline, there's like 4 gasolines in here. WNL, Gasoline, Grand Aspen, Signature is out. They're all allowance horses that need to prove they're okay here.
Yep, they do. The big number at Churchill for Gasoline 2 starts back was huge. Such a commanding victory. Then he came back in the Clark, and I felt like that's a bounce number. You see this with Todd Pletcher's barn sometime.
Right.
They'll run a huge top, and then they'll bounce off of that. And I feel like that's what happened there.
I feel, what I was thinking about Gasoline? I almost feel like Todd was kind of forced into that race. And I don't mean like nobody made him do it. The point is that his horse runs a 101 and runs off the screen at Churchill Downs. They have a grade 2. That was 20 days later. Todd never does that.
Exactly. Yeah, that could have been. And now he's working well. I 12:23 Christmas Eve work was a good one. And yeah,
it's put up or shut up time for Gasoline, WNL, Grand Aspen. These are allowance horses that are now trying to bridge the gap into graded stakes company. We'll see if we can do it today. I'm just going to close my eyes and hope New York Traffic lasts a mile and a 16th. Don't forget now, this is a short stretch finish line that can carry horses like New York Traffic home.
That's the thing. I always thought this was a one-turn horse.
Absolutely.
And I think that it makes him a little bit better, the fact that it makes it better for him and worse for O'Connor, and we'll show you why with O'Connor.
O'Connor comes in off a grade 2 win at Keeneland in the Fayette. He's the horse to beat in here. This is a means to an end now. He is, eyeing the Pegasus for Safi. He was so game winning the Fayette here. I will say this, though, because in theory, Samantha, I don't think this is a good trip for him. I'll tell you what, he's done this trip 3 times at Gulfstream Park. All 3 races are really good efforts at a mile and 16.
Yeah, that's scary, isn't it? And he has been away for a little bit. The works, the work on December 2nd, I told you, it's on XBTV. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but the work back was good.
He's the best horse in here.
Yeah, he is.
No doubt about that.
He shows up, yeah.
But,
Forget the trip.
Right. We're threading the needle here of winning today, running well today, really cranking up in the Pegasus. So, take that into consideration as well. But what a good Harlan's Holiday.
Yeah.
What a good Fort Lauderdale prep for the Pegasus World Cup turf wraps up our card today. It's the grade 2, $200,000 on the line, 3-year-olds and up. going a mile and an eighth on a good turf course. As Samantha said, 73 feet for these rails. Let's show you Running B, because Running B is going places.
Yeah, this was a huge comeback to
Devastating
run. Yeah,
comeback.
To run like this against, look, it wasn't even the favorite either, and just was very, very impressive in this comeback.
And what you didn't see was for about a minute and 10 seconds of this race, he was nagged
the whole
way by a horse that was nowheresville.
No.
This was his first start in almost 13 months. Chad Brown has done Chad Brown will be in the Hall of Fame one day for a lot of different reasons. Getting horses to fire off extended layoffs and taking his time with them is one of them.
Right.
I just don't see them catching this horse today.
No, this horse is the class of the race through and through.
Now, I will say Main Event is in. Okay, you got your speed and pop in this race through and through here with Main Event. Maybe he's in front. I don't know, because I don't necessarily think Running B needs the lead.
No.
I just feel he's naturally faster.
Yeah, I think so too. And this horse did run a good number at Aqueduct, and it's a good. This horse might just set up a good trip, but I don't know.
Aside from these two horses, there are absolutely no other speed in this race.
That's concerning.
At all. I have no idea what to make of Stone Age. He's got a lot of class. He's Group 1, Grade 1 through and through. I don't see why 9 furlongs here would be his trip, though.
I don't either. He's a huge horse. He's a big strapping horse. Just when you look at him, he hasn't had a United States win. And he's winless in just a year plus, and there's not a win on the page. And he's well traveled. What do you do with him?
Blinkers go on. Try to get that.
That's like sharp, like trying to get him sharp.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard to trust.
He's been dreadful in his 2 U.S. races at 2-1 and 7-1. Now they were Grade 1 races. I get that, but we'll see what we get from him today. We both got Grand Sonatas down inside with a hint of tactical speed. For Todd, and then you've got the 5. I'll tell you what, King Max. King Max is a good horse. I don't think he's a Grade 2 Fort Lauderdale horse. Not with Running B in here. King Max, you go back and watch those Monmouth races. He's got a brilliant turn of foot in the stretch.
He does, yeah. And look, you've got David Egan aboard to ride him here. That's a good sign. He's on a few for Jorge Delgado. I saw him this morning. He was working some horses for Jorge Delgado. He didn't beat much at Monmouth. Let's just plain and simple.
Yes. Got to step it up today.
Yes.
Quick lightning round here to wrap up this Gulfstream today and get this card started. As we said time and time again, race number 6 today, mandatory payout, Rainbow 6. We both got tickets. That pool will be well over $1 million. Wouldn't shock me if we get up to $2 million today.
Yep, it's going to be huge. Very, very solid sequence. Get involved.
Contrary to popular belief, you are Beat the Expert today.
I am Beat the Expert. Yep, I'm Beat the Expert today. I sent my picks in. We're good to go. If you want to play online, you can win up to $50. Sign up online. And if you're on track, sign up. Go into Silks. You can win up to $500.
Oh, good day to have up to $500.
Oh, yeah.
That is for sure. Your best bet today?
That is a really great question. It's Running B. This is such low-hanging fruit, but this was this was the only single I could find.
Yeah. Same for me. I couldn't go any lower than 2-1 on the morning line. If he's 4-5, I wouldn't fall off my chair.
No, I wouldn't either.
They're going to send it in.
Yeah.
On this horse. Long shot for you?
Me and Mr. C.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you get it.
I hope so too. Yeah.
I hope
you
get it.
He should be.
I lost my long shot today. Willekia. Tomorrow, 2 phenomenal turf sprints up for the Abadanja and the Janus.
Yep, 5 furlongs. The need for speed. It'll be fun, but look at Yes I Am Free winning the Sunny Isles. This was a good effort, and we get to see him back.
Yeah, he's as fast a turf horse as we have here at Gulfstream Park, and Laura Cesar's done such a good job with him. He got his tightener come back out of the way. Her old buddy Iman's back tomorrow, too. Good races. Yeah. Can't wait for that, but boy, we can't wait for today as well. So we're going to wrap this. We'll send it upstairs to track announcer Pete Aiello. Scratches and changes. We'll be back for you with the opener in about 10 minutes.